May 12th is Florence Nightingale's birthday, so we take a full week ending on Flo's birthday. It also happens that usually Nurses Week covers Mother's Day as well, and we have many mothers in nursing, right? I found out this morning it's also National Teachers Week. I was like, when did they hop on our week? I did not know that. But nurses are teachers too. Do you ever have a day go by that you're not teaching someone? A coworker, a patient, a family member. So I'm going to take teachers too. We'll take on that celebration as well. We do have more activities. We'll be back tonight, so remind your evening staff, night staff will be back tonight. Tomorrow is Chair Massage Day. There are 10 slots open, so if you haven't gotten on the list, Jay DeMoss is the owner of that list. Are you waving? Do you need something? Oh, okay. I want to stop and first recognize the people who helped put this week on. For those of you who don't know, I actually took a month-long vacation, which is called post-op recovery. But I had a whole team of folks that were here putting together this event. We start planning in February, so it's a lot of effort and planning. So it's the nursing leadership team, and if you were a part of that, walk on up here so everybody can see who our party planners are in the building. Come on up. Tam, okay. Did they hide out there? Did they go out there? Sherry, Michelle, ask them to come in. Allison, Tammy, Jada, who could not be with us today. She had an outside appointment. Carol is at a state playoff baseball game, and I told her she had to do that because who knows when they'll get to the playoffs again. And Debbie, who I don't believe has joined us here, but Debbie is kind of like the one that keeps us all moving and focused. And so everything from the decorations to all the events and planning and the gift selection and ordering and everything was from this team. So I hated that you guys didn't get to do the Sandy Johnson thing. I'm looking for my card. She asked us to do a little 3x5 card, and on it write 3 things that brings us joy we come to work, and then 3 negatives of coming to work. And we're not going to do that in here, but I think that I'm going to ask the directors to do this in your departments. There's a tendency sometimes to get stuck on the hard parts, right? I have to flip my card every day. You too, right? I'll share it. We had to go up to each other and read our joys and then our negatives, and it was just like, I was really surprised. We had a lot of the same things, a lot of the same joys, a lot of the same concerns, but if you see someone who's in that hole, help them out, help them find their joy, okay? I hope Sandy will come back next year. I think we'll enjoy having her back again. Hopefully next time her driver's license won't have expired and she won't have to Uber from Atlanta to Dublin. I didn't know that you could Uber to Dublin. So I learned something every day. And it cost $165, so if you need to know that. It's a lot cheaper to keep your driver's license. Anyway, I did something a little different this year. I wanted to invite our other executive members of our team to tell how nursing has made a difference for them. So we're going to start with Cindy. Where's Cindy? My Cindy? Cindy? Oh, come on up, Cindy. Cindy's going to talk about how nursing made a difference in her life.
Hey everybody, and first of all, thank you for everything you do. I'm going to talk very quickly. Everybody knows I can talk very fast, so we can get this over with. But when I started in healthcare here at the age of about 26, I'm just going to be very upfront. It was a job. And I came into my office. At the age of 29, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And through the compassionate nurses that took care of me, who provided chemotherapy and those things, I found my why. And it was, even from a financial side, I can break down barriers to get you help. There's lots of things I can do, get you the resources they need. So I found my why. But it was because of compassionate care of caregivers like you made a difference in my life, that I can help in some way assist in taking care of others. So I want to thank you for what you mean. I'm not a nurse at all, but I did my part. I raised a nurse, so my daughter's a nurse, so I get those, Mom. But I understand how hard it is. So I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do for our patients.
All right, thank you.
My favorite line Cindy shared with me yesterday is, I couldn't be one, so I made one. So next we're going to have Stacy Howard. Stacy is our Chief Operating Officer, and we have several nurses that are here in this room today that report to Stacy as their executive.
So she took my first line.
Sorry.
So congratulations on your special day. You may wonder, like Donna said, what does a Chief Operating Officer have to do with nurses? But I'm fortunate every day to work with nurses in cardiology in the cath lab, the OR, cardiac rehab, and pulmonary rehab. Oh, let's see, Gwen, she's our nurse over there. Wound center, and then trauma and emergency preparedness. So frequently people ask me why I chose healthcare, and I said because it's the really cool people that I get to work with every day. I mean, every day you save lives, and you touch patients' lives from the beginning all the way through the end. There's no other industry that can do that. I mean, like Cindy and I, kind of what our backgrounds are, we can, there's lots of different places we could work, but we both chose healthcare because of the people we get to work with. Over the course of my career, nurses have been teachers, coaches, partners, and most importantly, friends. As I was starting my master's program in my 20s, I thought about being a nurse. I actually went and talked to nursing schools and thought about going to school to be a nurse. But I quickly learned, and my mom agreed, that my talents lied elsewhere. So it was not something that was for me. So I thank you for the hard work you do every day. I'm thankful for the privilege to work with Donna every day. And you're my heroes, because I can't do what you do. So congratulations.
Every team has a cheerleader, right?
Yes.
You're wondering who I'm going to ask, right? Well, who's our local cheerleader for our employees? Jeff Bruton.
No way in the world I ever talk for 5 minutes or less. So y'all bear with me. I want to tell you a story. You guys know that I choose Fairview Park Hospital for all my health care. Both my knees, golf bladder, both kids born here. Fairview is my family. I got to see that firsthand up front a little less than 2 months ago. You guys may or may not know this, but my father-in-law, Edward Dominy, was a patient here. He was diagnosed a couple years ago with prostate cancer. He was in his early 80s, and he, over a couple months ago, he got sick, got the flu, and he started a downward spiral. And over a span of about a week, he went downhill completely, so much so that we had to carry him to the restroom, and we said, we can't do this anymore, so we brought him by ambulance to Fairview. And he was put on the 3rd floor, and so this is a plug for the 3rd floor, but this could be a plug for any of you guys. So we were on the 3rd floor, and I was continuing to try to work, so I was in and out of the room, and nurses came in, came out. A couple times I'm sitting over there in the corner, and they're like, what are you doing here? And, well, that's my father-in-law. And what I watched, it wouldn't have mattered whose father-in-law or who it was, because the care that he received was absolutely tremendous. Now, again, we came in and out, and then after about 5 days, we transferred over to Serenity Hospice. But on the very last day that we were here, we had a different nurse. And my family asked me, who is that nurse? And I had to go look at the whiteboard. I actually didn't have a name on the whiteboard. I had to go look at her badge and didn't know who she was. And I had to go back to my office and look it up. And I asked them, why are you asking me about this nurse? And they said, because it's different. I said, what do you mean it's different? He said, she's different. I said, how is she different? Tell me, I'm not understanding, because again, I hadn't been there all day. And they said, well, she's competent, and she's okay, but she's not like the rest of everybody. So I went and looked it up, and I didn't have a file on her. And I had to go over to another file, and y'all, she was a per diem, there for 1 day. And my family, who doesn't know any of you by name, probably a lot of faces, realized real quick that she wasn't one of us, and that she wasn't one of our family. I want to tell you thank you. Thank you for each and every one of you. You may not have been in that room with us, but you were there. And I received plenty of love, plenty of support. And the epilogue to the story is we transferred my father-in-law to Serenity Hospice, and 24 hours later he took his last breath with his whole family in the room. And he died with dignity and respect. And it made me realize, I watched the nurses out there, you guys deal with stuff every day that we as cheerleaders don't have to worry about. I mean, the best thing I see is people leaving out the front door with a surprise package, you know. They get to leave with a baby. But there's not everybody does that. So what you do every day matters. I'm telling you, it matters to every family member that comes through this place. And I just want to tell you, thank you. Thank you for what you do. I could never, ever, ever do what you do. Thank y'all.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Fairview Park Hospital, a leader in healthcare for Dublin-Lawrence and surrounding communities, providing specialty services through facilities such as our Sleep Center, Heart Center, and Women's Imaging Center.
Spring is here, and it's a great time to buy or sell your home or property. And great deals are popping out all over. So call Agent Charlene Lamb, David Dees, Delton Lamb, Benny Helton, Jay Brantley, Raina Dubberly, Karen Whitmer, Jessica Granger, Jennifer Bradley, Ruth Watson, Sarah Colby, Jim Jarrett, Charlene Brantley, Jody Tanner, Yvonne Robertson, Pam Tillery, and broker George Durden today. And get the help you need when it comes to buying or selling a home or property. Log on to c21dublin.com, call 272-1535, or stop by our location on Veterans Boulevard in Dublin today. Century 21 Durden Cornegay, broker George Durden.
Of course, nothing would be complete without having our favorite chief medical officer here. So George, who is an honorary nurse in my eyes, and that's a high compliment. That's high cotton, isn't it? We call a doctor as good as a nurse. Yeah. So George, come over and share.
She tells me all the time, you should have been a nurse. You should have been a nurse. We're much better at it. Happy Nurses Week.
Thank you.
For those of you I haven't told yet, I was thinking about how do I talk about physicians and nurses? That conversation can go a lot of different ways. So I was thinking about that thing, and the great philosopher Forrest Gump came to me when he was talking about his girl Jenny, and he said, Jenny and I go together like peas and carrots. Amen. Peas and carrots. And we physicians and nurses, not very simple, not dissimilar. We're a little square. You guys are round and all about the patient, a little different texture, but when you put them together, they just work. And physicians and nurses together, we just make an awesome team. Every physician will tell you, at least a good one will tell you that they wouldn't be where they are without a great team of nurses beside them. It started in medical school, and we all have them emblazoned in our brain. Nurse Ratchet, who was in the OR, is like, you can't come into my space, you're not scrubbed well, get out of here. Yes, but we learned how to scrub because of that nurse. To Nurse Linda, who was there, is like, honey, you sure you want to get that syringe? Are you sure you want to get that medication? Gentle guidance. And then you had the cheerleader nurse, like Nurse Kim, I would say, who was like, great job on that procedure. They wouldn't have done well without your great job. It kind of kept us going. So every step along our journey, we had great nurses to instill their values and their compassion for the patient inside of us. And we know that we can't do it without you. We'll think that we can, we'll say that we can, but we know that the true mark of a physician is the compliment of having a great nurse beside them. So thank you for what you guys do. Thank you for the leadership that you've done, you've given us, and whatever we can do from the Physician Corps to make this week better, please let us know.
Peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots.
And he gives us an option of being square or round. I'm just,
We're the prune square.
just
Going bad real fast.
I guess, it's kind of like, I have to own it, I'm round. Okay, I just wanted to make a quick comment. Most of you guys may have noticed the decorations in here. I think most of you are aware that a state senator from Washington made some comments about how nurses spend their times. And, it's kind of like, and now that a little time has passed, it's a little humorous, but it's also outrageous. It's outrageous that someone thinks the vital work we do is accompanied by card playing. And I have yet to find anyone who says, Donna, I don't have enough to do, get me a deck of cards. And so, you know, it's like we do a good job of telling the people who are immediately around us what our job is and how important it is and the difference it makes. But it looks like we need to go outside our facility and start educating other people in the vital role we play. And so the cards are kind of a fun thing today, but take that meaning with you as well. Don't allow anyone to undersell what we do every day. Okay? So far, so good? All right. They did a great job, right? So it's nice to know that we're valued by the people who are making the leadership decisions in our facility. So we have now, I know you guys have been waiting. I see the anxiety on your face. You're wanting to know who are the Nursing Excellence winners this year, right? The tension mounts. Y'all are fun. Okay, so Nursing Excellence, it's nominated by your peers, the frontline nursing staff, direct care delivery people, nominated by peers, chosen by last year's Nursing Excellence winners. So they go through blinded nominations from all of you guys, and they score them and they select the winner for each of the 5 areas. Our 5 areas are surgical services, critical care, which is ED, CCU, PCU, med surg, which are tele, 6th floor surgical, 4th floor medical, and rehab, women's services, women and children's, which is our women's, the whole 2nd floor and the pediatric floor. And then we have one that's called ancillary supporting services, which are the small pockets of nurses who are scattered throughout the hospital. I'm going to announce the winners in each category, and I'm going to bring that director group up so they can talk a little bit about their employees. So we could start getting, I'm going to bring Candace. Is Candace and Diane here? Candace? Or Candace, Diane? Okay, well, unfortunately for us, our med-surg winner this year was unable to be here because her grandmother's having surgery, and yes, she allowed me to say that, so I'm not HIPAA violating. But our med-surg winner is from the 4th floor, and it's Kim Warren. And when she comes back, we'll do a little special celebration, and we'll take it up to her unit. So, and we'll invite you, as many of you who can, to come back and enjoy that with us. So our next winners from critical care, and we'll bring Tammy and Sherry up. And the winner from critical care is Seth Nicholson. And Tammy's going to tell us a little bit about our friend Seth.
So Seth started with us almost 3 years ago. He is currently our charge nurse on night shift. He is getting married this June to Lori in the back. So congratulations to both of them. So I asked, the nurses that work with him, what is it about Seth? Tell me about Seth. When you think about him, what do you think about? And so this is what they've said about Seth. Seth is an honest, hardworking, and compassionate nurse who always puts patients first. He has a positive attitude and strives for excellence in everything that he does. He genuinely cares, and he finds a way to connect with patients on a personal level, especially those patients that are scared and anxious. Seth knows what it's like to be a patient, and he knows what they go through, and I want his mom to be here to tell his story. Hey, Sweet.
I know Seth is sweet baby Seth, so the rest of you can too. He still answers to that. On March the 4th, 2012, Seth had a very serious car accident. 2012, 3-2-1-4, 14, right? And he we were 9 days in the trauma ICU in Macon and then 16 weeks at Shepherd Spinal Clinic. The prognosis was poor. The diagnosis was a spinal cord injury. He had a burst fracture at T12 and multiple other injuries and fractures. And the prognosis was that he would not walk have bilosexual or bladder function. Well, Seth gave more every single day. Every single day he did that. He gave more to me because, you know, you don't expect at 21, he turned 21 while we were there, to be bathing and wiping the bottom of your baby, but you're happy to do it. And he subsequently finished nursing school, and as you can see, he is certainly not bound to a wheelchair. Now, he is still officially a paraplegic, so we deal with some things, but listen, what a blessing to have watched what our God and what the strong will of a child that is mean and crazy can do. And so I am so pleased that he has chosen the nursing profession. It has been a profession that has been good to me, and I'm so pleased that he is part of it. And when you called me, first I thought, you know, that in 40 seconds before you got to what was happening, A, I thought he had died on the way to work. B, on the way from work. C, in the ICU about to die. And then, oh no, he's done something really bad and they're going to have to fire him, but they don't want to tell him, they want me to. So I had gone through all of that, and boy, was I relieved. So I was in Kentucky Monday and Tuesday, supposed to be there till now, but so excited to take a late flight home yesterday so I could be here to see this. Thank you for having him as part of your team.
I thought Tanya was going to need that. You know, when Tanya says those things go through her mind, it's for real. I had a visit with Tanya at the office she works at, and, you know, it's like if you know the office, you're not clothed waist down. And the first thing she said is something wrong with Seth. I thought maybe he's in trouble. It's like, I do not take my clothes off to tell you that information.
Listen, we've been told he's in trouble so many times.
It's an excellent story, and Seth has been a wonderful addition to our critical care team. We have a certificate for Seth as a Nursing Excellence winner for critical care. This is not a real check. This is not a real check. It will become a real check. $150. So congratulations. This is a freebie.
Sorry, I lied to you.
What if there was a paint that had the power to awaken something old, or painfully dated, or something you simply thought was lost forever, because it could form a strong bond regardless of age? If a paint could give any time-worn surface stunning new life, you have to wonder, is it still paint? Regal Select Exterior from Benjamin Moore.
Quality products and installation since 1985. That's 4 Seasons.
Hi, I'm Perry Williamson. We've been serving the Dublin Lawrence community for over 90 years here at Williamson's Bakery. We specialize in donuts, cakes, pies, cupcakes, cookies, birthday cakes. They're our business, not a hobby. And don't forget our large selection of cheese straws. For special orders, contact us on Facebook, Instagram, or better yet, just come get you some. When you stop by, be sure to try our all-new Pig in the Blankets. We have bacon, sausage, and chicken. We're located at 1634 Veterans Boulevard, Dublin, Georgia. For the hot, freshest donuts, come to Williamson's Bakery. We proudly support our area athletics.
Our next winner is from Women's Services and Women and Children's. Carol could not join us, the baseball. Michelle. There she is. And we're going to invite Nikki Rotten to join us.
Okay, so when we went to do the Nurse Excellence Award, and I found out that Nikki had won, so I went to her coworkers and asked some of the things that they felt like why they would have nominated Nikki. So these are the things that they had to say. So Nikki is someone who puts her whole heart into her job. She has a unique passion for caring for women and their babies. She strives to always provide safe and quality care to her patients, but she also takes the time to get to know her patients and interact with them personally. She treats them like family. She's an advocate for her patients and always ensures that their care is top-notch. She goes above and beyond to make this happen. When making nurse leader rounds, and I do that every day, Nikki is more often than not recognized for her compassion and care for her patients. They also say that she is full of information and answers all their questions. She is a charge nurse on OB and nursery. In addition to being a charge nurse, she's also a preceptor for new employees, as well as a clinical preceptor for students. She's a great teacher and looks for educational opportunities for these students and new nurses. She's very patient and gives them their guidance and support to excel on their own. She is also instrumental in helping to gather monthly statistics for the nursery, and she has been a key super user in help with clinical informatics. She also possesses excellent clinical skills as well as the personality to connect with her patients, coworkers, students, and physicians. She is very energetic. When she comes to work, she is always running. And she is very hard to catch up to sometimes. And I think I run pretty good too. So she comes in, she hits the floor running, she doesn't slow down until the job is done. She works OB and nursery, and she does have some L&D experience in her bag of tricks. So on busy days, when some help is needed in labor and delivery, you can see her sit there assisting her coworkers where she's needed. She is very much a team player and always willing to help out. She helps to ensure that the shifts run smoothly by communicating well with all of the units and charge nurses and helping to reallocate our resources where we're needed. So she is also great in emergency situations, and she had several coworkers who said she's the one that they would like to have by her side. So I'm very pleased to recognize Nikki as our winner for Nursing Excellence.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to have a speed talk contest. I'm going to invite Nikki, Michelle, and Cindy Noble. Who's in? I'm taking bets. Okay.
I don't know.
We can. Nikki literally only knows one speed. One speed only, and it's like 10th gear, and so I have to make sure I have flat enough shoes if I go visit OB at any point in time.
I've been up there this morning. I've been coming.
I have your certificate of retention. That's not official. Congratulations. You're doing good, right? Congratulations. All right. So our next winner will be from the Ancillary Support Department, and I would love for any of the ancillary nursing directors to come join me. I know I have Alicia. Do I have Lauber? Lauber here? I think she went to the other space. Anybody else? Anybody else? Well, I guess it's lucky to know that Pam Woodard is our Ancillary Support Services winner.
Staff nurse, clinical coordinator, case manager, instructor, past Nurse Excellence winner, and now the recipient of the Ancillary Nurse Excellence winner. So Pam has dedicated her career to a lifelong pursuit of learning, and in turn she shared that knowledge with the next generation of nurses as well as all those that she works with every day. She seeks higher education. She completed her master's in 2013. She achieved her national certification for case management in 2014. And to give back, as all great nurses do, Pam is an instructor for nursing students as well as a mentor and resource for all the new nurses that come along and all of the great nurses that she works with. One of her coworkers wrote this about Pam. She is a wonderful teacher. She leads by example. She pulls more than her fair share of the load without complaining or expecting recognition, and expects those around her to do the same. Traits of a great leader. Another coworker wrote, she constantly strives to learn and do what is right for each and every patient. Pam's always eager to take on new challenges and responsibilities, a director's dream. Pam's married to her husband, David. They have 4 children, Ethan, Savannah, Andrea, and Aubrey. And she always looks forward to spending time with her grandchildren, Sadie and Knox. So those that nominated her voiced a common theme. It was happy, easy to work with, effective communicator, calm disposition, simply the best.
Thanks.
All right. Have you all been keeping track? We're missing one, right? Which area? Surgical services. And why do I save the one till the last?
they're also the Nurse Excellence Winner of the Year.
They're the Nurse of the Year as well as winning for that service. So are we excited about that, surgical services? I'm going to bring up Josh and Brian. So our Nursing Excellence winner from Surgical Services and our Nurse of the Year is Lacey Wynn.
Aren't you glad I told you to put on makeup this morning?
Yeah, he told me I look rough.
Lacey came in this morning with no makeup on, and I said, Lacey, that doesn't look right. You need to put on makeup. I couldn't tell her you won Nurse of the Year. They're going to take your picture. It might be a good idea to put on makeup. But she put on the makeup. But Lacey, let me tell y'all a little story about the first time me and Lacey ever met.
Not the cheeseburgers.
Yeah, cheeseburger story, Lacey. Lacey was a tech up on. Lacey was a tech up on 6th floor when she was going to nursing school, and I was on call. That's when I was working in PACU, and I took a patient up, and Lacey, for some reason, and she still does this, anywhere she has to be, she's there an hour early. And she was there about 10 o'clock that night, the clock in at 11, and she was sitting across the desk from me, and she had this sack of hamburgers eating them. And I was watching her, and she felt sorry for me, and she said, are you hungry? I said, Lacey, we're on call, been working all day, it's 10 o'clock at night. Yes, I'm hungry. And she said, well, here, have a hamburger. So she passed it across to me, and I went to scarfing it down in a hurry.
My cheeseburger.
And Lacey said, slow down, calm down. I said, I can't. We've got other patients. I got to get back down. She said, well, take it down there. And I said, no, because then the call crew wants some too. And I'll have to share. Well, Lacey said, well, I don't have to clock in for another hour. She said, do you want me to run back and get them some hamburgers? I said, no, don't worry about it. They'll be okay. But the reason why I tell that story is it describes Lacey perfectly. Of the things that the nurses who nominated Lacey said about her, the common theme, and Kelly's here with her, Kelly can verify everything I'm saying, is giving, not only to our patients, but to the staff. She'll do anything, anytime. I think I could tell Lacey go tar the roof, and she'd do it.
We'll figure it out.
She's a great employee, kind of my little sister. Glad to have her.
I'm so proud of these guys. I was so excited this year. We have some of our new up-and-coming nurses and some of our very seasoned nurses who have been around a while and probably helped mentor some of these guys. So what a great blend. Okay, the secret's out. We know who has now won. I'll be sending out an email. You can share it with everyone. And we did go ahead and let Kim know because I hated that she had to miss today, but she needed to be with her family. So this actually concludes this year's Nursing Excellence presentations. Thank you guys so much for coming and everything you do. I will be back this evening. We'll have another meal tonight. Please share it with the night staff, and please enjoy the rest of the Nurses Week activities. And just know that the hospital kicked in, and they're having Diez de Mayo Fiesta Day on Friday. I said, how great, we get an extra Nurses Day banquet. We're just going to call it our own, okay? Thank you, guys.
When it comes to shopping for lawn and garden, there's one thing that you'll want to remember.
If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
Take it from Glenn Register, owner of Hometown Supply in downtown Dublin.
Anything they need for us to do, we do. We give warranty with everything, new and new. You can get what we call a tractor style mower that's less expensive than a zero turn is. You can spend basically half the money and do the same job. It just won't do it quite as fast. Come down and look at what we have, service it, we get parts for it. We can take it down there behind the store. We got a place down there we cut, show them everything about it. Take it out, set it up, do the financing on it, payment where you can handle it. You can get whatever you want and just about name your game. It's a one-stop shop. We have a belt for about anything. Either bring us some numbers or bring your old belt in, and that's the key to really knowing, what you need. Yeah, we carry tires, tubes for mowers, placement wheels. We can get just about anything for any machine you need.
See the man with the plan, Glenn Register. Call 272-0345 for more information.
If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
Hi, I'm Anna Grace with Myers Equipment and Supply, your dealer for the complete line of Can-Am side-by-sides and ATV products. For hunting, farming, or riding the trails, Can-Am has the models you need. If you choose the Can-Am Defender side-by-side, which is engineered to maximize a hard day's work on the farm or on a hunt, Defenders offer 20% more torque than its rivals. You can carry 1,000 pounds of payload or tow 2,000 pounds of cargo. You will appreciate Can-Am's precision engineering and industry-leading performance. Come into Myers Equipment today and see the full line of Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
Hello, happy Nurses Week. My name is Lindsay Black. I'm the Director of Marketing at Fairview Park Hospital. And today we had our Nurses Appreciation Luncheon, our Service Excellence Awards. And I am actually here with the Nurse of the Year, Lacey. So Lacey, tell me, how does it feel to be Nurse of the Year?
Surprised? Surprising? Confused? Like, maybe, are you sure?
Well, Lacey, I know nobody agrees with that opinion at all. Everybody was like, oh, of course, she's great. So tell me about, how did you get into nursing? How did you choose this field? What do you love about your job?
Oh, man. I love the patients. I love the patients. I really do. Every one of them. And you touch the lives of so many people I was on 6th floor for a long time doing post-op patients, pre and post-op. And now I'm actually in the OR and seeing that side of it. It really opens up my eyes a lot.
Well, and some of the things that the people who nominated you said about you is how much of a hard worker you are, how much you just jump in, how you think about other people. I know I'm going to make you cry. How you're always thinking of others, and I just think those are just great qualities, and we really appreciate everything that you do. So congratulations on Nurse of the Year. And is there anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you so much. Oh, my gosh. I'm still my jaw is still on the floor. I have no idea. So,
congratulations. All right, well, I'm here with our next Nurse Excellence winner, Seth, and he was our winner for which nursing award did you receive?
The critical care.
And which department do you work for?
Critical care unit.
Okay. And tell me, how does it feel to receive this award? Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I actually thought I was here for a charge nurse meeting, so.
Well, they tricked you, didn't they?
Yeah, they got me.
And, I mean, you have a pretty incredible story. I mean, would you mind sharing with us your story of kind of how you decided to become a nurse?
Well, my mother's always been a nurse, growing up seeing that. And so I had originally decided to go to nursing school, and then I had a bad accident while I was in nursing school. Spent about 3 months having nursing care. So that kind of solidified it. And once I got out of the hospital, went back to nursing school. And so I guess that kind of gives me a different perspective.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a really inspiring story, and you've just really overcome so much. So, and it's just great to have you here at Fairview Park Hospital. Some of the things people say about you is you just care so deeply for our patients, and you really go above and beyond to make them feel appreciated, cared for, and so, great job. What do you love most about your job?
Seeing a patient transition from one phase, which is being very sick, to us leaving out to a different floor where they're starting to feel better. And definitely seeing them getting out of the hospital is always good.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
I just appreciate the recognition.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Hi there, this is Whitney Miller, our marketing coordinator here at Fairview Park Hospital. I am here with Nikki, who is our newly named Women's and Nursery Nurse Excellence winner. So we're so excited for you. Congratulations on this award. We're very proud to have you as a part of our team. Nikki, how long have you been at Fairview Park Hospital in the Women's Services Department?
August will be 5 years.
Great. And what do you find most rewarding about your day-to-day job of being a nurse here?
I love my job taking care of women and their babies. You've got the highest of the highs, but you can also have the lowest of the lows, so you need to be there for them no matter what.
Great. And what does it mean to you to receive this award?
Oh, man, I was surprised. It means a lot to know my coworkers like me. I'm just very surprised.
Well, we're very excited for you. Again, thank you for all of your hard work and all that you do for our patients each and every day here. We've got Pam here, who was our Ancillary Services Award winner, and we're just so excited for Pam for all of her hard work that she's put into each and every patient. So Pam, tell me a little bit about your role here and what you do on a daily basis.
Okay, I'm a case manager here now, and so we try to transition the patient home safely and try to meet their needs and what they need at home. That's really the job.
And that's so appreciated here. And Pam, how long have you been at Fairview Park Hospital?
I'm not really sure how long it's been. I started here back in 2000, no, longer than that. I graduated from nursing school in 1989, so I started here 2 years after that, so it'd be 1991.
So quite some time you've been with us here. Pam, you were described by most of your coworkers as just being a dream to work with. You're so kind and you're loving and you really care for those around you. You were quoted as being a manager's dream. So you're just very hardworking, and this is a reward for you. How does it feel to receive this award?
I feel very blessed, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you and all of the hard work that you do every day. So thank you very much.
I'm here with Donna Trickey. She is our Chief Nursing Officer here at Fairview Park Hospital, and she has arranged so many activities this week for Nurses Week, and I just want to take a second to talk to her about all the things that were planned this week for Nurses Week, and also just celebrate her too, because this year was her 39th year of being a nurse, which is incredible. Obviously, she started when she was 2. So, but tell us, Donna, about this week. How did it originate, and what all do we have planned?
Well, the origin of Nurses Week actually is Richard Nixon declared May 6th through 12th as National Nurses Week back in 1972 or 3. So it's been around for a long time, but we celebrate Nurses Week here because every day nurses come in and they do the hard work of taking care of our patients and helping heal them, helping them move forward with their life, and it just is amazing what they do. It's a very dedicated group of people, and we want to recognize them and reward them. So we have various activities. We have some fun games for them to participate in. Yesterday we had a national speaker come and do a presentation called This Little Light of Mine about taking care of yourself so you can be your best with others. And then, of course, today is our big celebration where we identify Nursing Excellence winners. Tomorrow, chair massages are running all day long, so everybody gets a little moment of rest and relaxation, kind of taking care of them like we're asking them to do. And then Friday, we're just connecting in with the hospital Dias de Mayo, the 10th of May, because Cinco is on Sunday festival, and we'll have a Mexican festival. And then we move right into Hospital Appreciation Week, ice cream treats on Sunday. So it's all about pampering and trying to care for our nurses.
That's great. And this year's theme for the Nurses Association, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the ANA chooses a theme every year. This year's theme was 4 million reasons to celebrate. And so we hooked on to that here, and we said 279 reasons to celebrate at Fairview. That's how many nurses work within our hospital. And so although our focus is on the nurses, the RNs, the LPNs, the advanced practice nurses, the nurse practitioners, we also recognize our patient care techs, our nursing assistants, who are here every day to support us. And we have nurses in almost every department within the hospital. So it's a true hospital-wide celebration.
It's really exciting. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Well, if you know a nurse, please tell them thank you for the work they do, and Happy Nurses Week.
Happy Nurses Week. Thank you.